Let me tell you how moving to the US really altered my perspective on what poverty really is. I grew up in Uganda, which is considered a third world country. Poor. Moved to the US, and when I tell you my mind was altered on what poverty is in the US, shifted. It made me realize that there is no proper pinned definition of what poverty really is. And I'm not talking about paper, I'm talking about reality. I'm gonna put it like this: as humans, we have an imaginary idea of what poverty is, but in reality it is actually different because it is not a straight line for everyone. Poverty is different and defined differently according to each person, taking into account societies, cultures, environments, life experiences, and opportunities. Because what looks like poverty to you is not poverty to me. Let me give you an example. In Uganda, an average 25-year-old does not have a car. If you're able to have a car, drive it, maintenance everything, upkeep it, you are not poor. While in America, a car is a necessity. And a 20-year-old has a car in America, drives a car. In this situation, it is safe for the 20-year-old American to look at a 25-year-old Ugandan and say, you don't have a car, you can't afford a car, you are poor. But here is where it gets complicated. In America, homeless people would be considered poor people. But a lot of homeless people live in cars. Now, a Ugandan looking at this situation would see this as crazy. How can you be poor and live in a car? Upkeep, maintenance, all the reasons owning a car is not cheap. Here is a different way to look at it. In America, I think the two most expensive things are food and housing. To own your own house, paid off and everything, that is crazy. You have to be wealthy to be at that level. And paying groceries every single week, we all can agree it is expensive. But in Uganda, this is kind of the opposite, because in Uganda, most of the people grow their own food in their backyard, but also majority of families own their homes. Their land is theirs. So in this situation, it is safe for a Ugandan who owns their home and land, grows their own food in their backyard, to look at an American who cannot afford to do both and say, you are poor. A lot of people think poverty is just money based. Like, if you don't have money, you are lacking, you are poor. But it is honestly so much deeper than that. And these are just two situations. With this logic, I just keep going back and forth, back and forth. What is poverty to you guys? What do you consider poverty?